We're up early. This is the Tiwi Mentawi. We're going off to the Tiwi Islands, over the water. This is going to be different.
We're on a ferry. We are going to Tiwi Islands for a few days. So we're heading over for a very special trip. Boys are waking up early.
We've been looking for something to do that's cultural Aboriginal for some time, and we've stumbled across this Tiwi Islands experience. That's Melville Island over the back, and we're currently on Bathurst Island. So this is where we're staying, on Bathurst. This is the biggest town. I'm going to butcher it, but it's something like Warraminga. And there's about 1,600 people who live in this town, so it's the biggest one on the Tiwi Islands. We're going to be about 10 minutes from here at a bush camp.
Alright, so we've arrived and we've got some nice comfy new mattresses.
Got one for us and one for the boys.
What do you got?
Oh, it's like this. Doesn't come out. This one's too far, we can't see. Oh, that's
Going down to the water hole. We're going to see if we can get this pump to work that'll supply water to the camp. But there's salty down here with eggs and a nest, so we've got to be careful, boys. It could be anywhere. Done, we got it started. We just had to pull the cord and she's away. Water to the tanks. These are the showers here. So they are pressure fed, coming down on the tanks. You want to have a shower in the morning. They are going to be putting in some fire hot water soon, so there's men and women's. And then they have drop toilets, 2 drop toilets for men and women.
We all got up about 7:30 this morning. We shared what we had for breakfast and made a campfire for some hot drinks and sat around the campfire talking about our day. Now the boys are over playing some games together.
So the boys are playing a game right now. We have to throw a little ball into that basket just there. Do you see? This is our mouth stand. And so that's the boys. And this is the basket you have to throw it into.
We're just getting organised and having a slow start to the day, ready to go for a bushwalk shortly and then head into town to have a look around.
And the tent and the trees.
It's going to be,
And the tank.
cooking utensils, camp kitchen.
And this is the damper cooking. And this teddy.
Yep.
What are we looking for?
We're looking for possum.
Possums?
Possum. Bush medicine. We're looking for bush medicine.
We are looking for a hollow log that might have a bandicoot or even a carpet python. Apparently it's a good source of food. I'm sure the boys will be up for trying that. Oh, that one's a good one.
I'm doing it.
Oh, look.
Whoa.
Look what he's got.
Let me hold first.
This is like a balloon.
Yeah, just cut the little branch. What?
Wow.
Thank you.
That's a possum jack.
A possum jack.
Yeah, see? You can see it's worn.
Oh. Wow.
Makes the trees hollow. You get the little one for pet. Keep the little one for pet.
Do you really? Yeah? How do you keep it? Like, will it just hang around, will it?
We just get the pet, hold him,
Yeah.
and just swing him a couple of times. When he get dizzy.
Then he won't run
He
away.
get dizzy, he won't run away.
Are you serious?
Swing him around.
There you go, Jed.
You see, he get dizzy, then we get him, then he won't bite or anything.
No.
Just grab him, put him on the...
Don't do this at home.
No, don't. Well, we got possums at home. Now we know to start looking for these tracks up the tree. So they're looking for hollow, and if it's hollow, this one feels solid. You can chop it down quite easily and then get access to whatever food's inside. But swing it around for pet.
Pet possum, Jed? Don't do this at home, for those watching.
Back of the tree. Teddy's invited me to go down the beach with him to go looking for crabs. So we're going to go for a walk, see if we can find some mud crabs. Haven't had any luck before. Hopefully this time will be better. The perfect place for mud crabs. Just trying to find them. Had no luck with the crabs, so kids had a bit of a swim, a bit of a play on the sand. Now we're going to go check out a water hole. Whoa! Don't let go on the concrete. You gotta let go, man. Go, jump. Hey!
Oh! Oh!
Now go. You landed. Hey! This is all Teddy's land, so his father, his grandfather before him have lived here, and him as the eldest and the only son has taken over. He's got two sons. His eldest will inherit this land. Right now they live in town. So out here every day Teddy gets up, goes hunting. His wife, Theresia, will go down to the mangroves, look for food, and then together they'll prepare to live the day around their bush camp. The only time they leave here is to go into town in the wet season. It gets really heavy torrential rains, so they get out of here. But wow, what a lifestyle.
It's Friday today, so we're heading into town while everything's open to have a look around. Over here,
They're good.
outdoor church.
Gates to your camp. Sports pub.
That's the footy oval where the famous grand final is played in March. And that's Kevin.
That's yours?
Your school, Kevin?
Yeah.
Yeah? Where's your classroom?
Yes. Yeah, I was just asking if
Oh,
it was
top?
his. Little tour of town, and now we're going to see the Tiwi Islands. Just off the main drag.
And that's the painting. That's the painting.
No, you don't paint. Cut. Oh, yeah.
And that's the
Armbands. Yeah.
stand up on the side. That's the snake. I know. Yeah. It's not real. That's the toy. print these ones one day.
These will all be printed, Harry. So these are lots of the different screen prints, designs that they do here at the Tiwi Art Design Studio. When are they going to do that? I don't know. Got our photographer over here, Kevin. How's it going, Kevin? You filmed that one for us?
It's the birds. Turtle. That's the turtle. Tell them on the side.
Kevin wants you to get a picture.
I knew. Now Kevin's changing the settings. Oh, you just changed the settings.
Those are different tribes. So we have the sun, Pandanus, the mullet, and the rock. And so Teddy is of the sun, and Teresia is of mullet. We're in the town at the moment, having a bit of a look around. We're going to go next to the museum. You can see the street here, very quiet. Reminds me of parts of the Pacific we've been to before. Here we go. It's got Kevin.
We're in the museum here, so there's lots of traditional stories from the area, local stories, and lots of information about the local clans and tribes, how they all fit in together.
In the museum they have stories such as Murtankala, the creator, who was the creator of the islands here, of Melville and Bathurst Islands. And then last night by the fire we were shared our first Dreamtime story, which is of Japara and Parakapali, which is a story about how the moon got its scar on its face and how at night the night bird calls out looking for a lost son. So we just spent time in Darwin, and the bombings of Darwin were obviously a big deal. And back at the time of the first incoming attack from Japan, radios like this one were used to advise the mainland that an imminent bombing from Japan was on its way as it flew over the Tiwi Islands. So there was a priest stationed here as well as a lieutenant, and used the grounds of the Tiwi Islands to keep an eye out for attacks from the north.
This is the Olympic torch relay, the torch that came to the Tiwi Islands. This whole area here talks about the sporting history and greatness of Tiwi. Hi, Harry. Because there've been lots and lots of great sports people who came from Tiwi Islands, from Bathurst Island, and who've achieved great successes in sporting areas.
The church played a big part in Tiwi Island culture. In early 1900s, 1911, 1912, MSC, represented by a man who becomes the bishop, Francis Xavier, brought Catholicism to the islands. And today, the Catholic Church is, I guess, wedded to and entwined with traditional Dreamtime stories.
It's a beautiful church that really encompasses both of the Aboriginal culture and the Catholic faith, really blended together.
This is apparently the propeller from the Japanese Zero plane when it was shot down. The statues to remember the efforts of the Tiwi Islanders back around the time of World War II. Not only did they alert Darwin of the incoming bombings, but they actually, a guy called Matthias, caught the first Japanese prisoner of war. He was shot down over Melville Island, landed, and the Aboriginal people found him. He had a gun with him and first approached Aboriginal women, but then this guy snuck up behind and was able to capture him to turn him over to a soldier stationed on the Tiwi Islands.
Look at mine.
We've got our spuds cooking on the fire down here ready for dinner. Have them with some sausages and some salad. And the boys are literally playing with fire, I guess. Al, how do you feel about playing with fire? Nice? We're not going to play with it though. We're just Kind of like toasting marshmallows without toasting marshmallows. Just without the marshmallows. Toasting marshmallows without the marshmallows.
You never know how many people are going to turn up. Carlo turned up and we cooked everything.
Alright, here we go off into the bush. We're looking for sugar bag, carpet pythons in hollow logs, possums, bandicoots, and any snakes that we happen to see along the way that are unwanted. We've got Paul over here ahead of Justin. He's joined us for today. He comes out every Saturday hunting with Teddy.
Don't step on that, it's an egg. Don't step on that, it's an egg. Tail came off. The lizard
Easy, yeah.
tail came off. Look.
Try to get away with it.
It's like a leaf. Yeah. Remember the tail? It made the tail come off.
What have you got?
The lizard's tail.
A lizard's tail. Still moving around.
What
What are you guys looking for?
The lizard.
Are you looking for the lizard?
You can make me gold. I guess. No, that's just the country.
We stopped at a tree a minute ago. Teddy thought that he might have seen lots of flies flying around the top of the tree, which would indicate that there might be some sugar bag there that the flies are after too. We put our shoes on to come out here. Teddy has two, he's put his boots on. The other kids are still just in their bare feet, so pretty tough feet. Feet are used to anything. Alright, we've got that part off. We eat that whole section that Teddy's holding. Ah, trying to get the possums to come down. Will this entice them?
Yeah.
Oh, fire. Did you say?
Making a fire
Ah, got you. Fire so that the possums can come down.
to put some there inside.
To force them down.
You jump out.
So behind me here, Teddy's put some dry branches into the hollow tree to see if there's a possum in there, so they'll make a fire. And if there's fire, then it will force the possum to come down. Clever.
Yeah. Come here. Come here.
Nothing in that one. Move on to the next.
The next one.
Got this inside of the bush that we saw being chopped down before, the malawa. It's very good for your chest, and you can eat it raw like this or cooked. So what you do is you just sort of bite on the top. It's not too bad, not much of a flavour. A little bit sweet to start, but it does turn a bit bitter. Go and give the boys some. Hey Jed, taste this. You can chew the top of it. On the top there, you can chew some off and try. What do you think?
Not that bad.
No, it's not bad, is it? It's very good for your chest. Hey boys, come and try some of this.
There's a hole here. Come here. That's a termite mound. This is a termite mound.
Termite mound.
No.
Oh, lots of termites there.
That's the termite there. That's the ants there. Fine.
Didn't find one, Vincent? Nothing in there?
Yeah.
Nothing? No?
What's that, Mum?
Vincent was using the lid as a mirror to see if there was anything in the hollow log, particularly a carpet python. Justin's over here having his turn at chopping down the tree, hoping for a possum to come out.
We're close.
Yeah.
Very close. We're working on it, take turns.
Oh, there it goes. Oh, it's down.
Now we find the possum.
Everyone's in now looking for the possum.
Brush them off yourself.
He bit my hand.
Okay.
We got a possum. We got a little possum. We got a possum. We got a little possum.
So we've come down for a fish as the sun sets. We've got hand reels and a throwing net. We're going to get some mullet for bait.
What are these?
Here it comes over here. Look. Something in there. You saw it? Yeah. There's fish in there, huh? Good time for fish. Oh, they got some. They got mullet. Mullet. Look at them. Little mullet. It's a little live bait. You have a look, Hess? Old hand reel the line in. We've seen a big barrow come cruising through. Hoping we can pull one out on the hand line. Kids are happy. Alright, I have just pulled in my first queenie. Look at this guy.
Oh, girl.
Oh girl, look at that. That is one of the biggest fish I ever caught and just caught it on the hand reel. That is my first queenie, pretty awesome, right here in the water as the tide is coming in. And we've got the lines out, we'll see if we can catch a few more for a bigger meal. So bad, this fishing by reel in paradise. How good's that? Heavy too. Pretty successful, ended up with 5 fish. Now we're going to take them back to camp, cook them up for dinner. So that's a queenie, huh? That's a good one.
Yes, that's
It's really cool. Hey boys, watch how Paul does this. He's gonna gut it. We're gonna have a campfire usually. Gee, dinner smells good. Hey. Silver bream. Queenfish. Queenfish. Star of the show. Jay, move your hand, man. Alright, we've got an early morning start today. We've come down before sunrise, 6 o'clock. And we're going to try to get some bait and see if we can double down on the 5 fish we caught yesterday. We had a couple of mangrove jack, queenie, and a couple of bream.
I think it was 4.
He's a happy boy. Look at the size of that guy. That's the biggest rock cod I reckon I've seen. It's massive.
Remember last time?
Did he fight much?
Yeah.
There's a good one. Look at the colours, Harry. He's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he's dots and yellow.
Paul and his family are very quiet men. They're no match for Harry. He's absolutely drilling him on the biggest fish, his favourite fish, how many fish he's ever caught. He's having the time of his life, really. Pretty awesome way to spend the morning. Watching the sun come up over the Tiwi Islands. Got a big bite just now. See if I can get a fish. Pull him up. You can drag him up, walk backwards, drag him up. Bring him up, bring him up. It is, wow, whopper! Mangrove Jack, and look at the size of him! Harry, look at the size of that thing! Is that good? All business. It's our last day here at camp, and we've packed up the tents. And we're going to have our fish for lunch that we've caught. We've had pretty successful fishing over the last 24 hours. So we're going to share that for lunch over the fire. But before then, we're going to go and learn how to make some spears. We're going to go out in the bush and see if we can find some good spear materials and teach the boys, which they've been doing non-stop anyway, but now they get to learn how to do it properly.
Where are we going, boys?
Somewhere. We're going to make spears.
We're going to make spears.
So Kevin's just telling us that they use spears to get turtle and fish and stingray, and they hunt here in the creek or out in the ocean? Here? Yeah. And this is one car that didn't let his tyres down enough. This is where we were fishing yesterday, and it's the tide's out. It is muddy, muddy, muddy. Good spot for mud crabs. We've come down for spears, but because the tide's gone out so quick, we might learn a little bit about the food that they collect here.
It's kind of like a big climbing frame. The mangroves are as tangled as they look behind us, and at the moment there's no many places to put your feet to walk through. You just kind of got to find a hole. I'm not sure if finding someone else's hole is a good thing or not, because if you find someone else's hole you sink even deeper down into it, or sometimes it's firm. Sort of potluck. What's the plan?
Let's get over there somewhere. Keep an eye out for periwinkles, mud mussels, mudworms, anything gross really we could possibly eat. Did tell them we had a can of baked beans back at camp.
Alright, Kevin's bringing Alex lunch.
You want to try? Yeah.
That's a long one, Kevin. Are they always that long?
What?
Are they always that long?
That's just small. Always
Yeah.
the long.
Wow, you gonna eat it all, Al? Just have some.
Can you eat the whole thing? Yeah. And the butter.
Maybe stay here, Kevin, in case he doesn't want it. He might get it. Do you want it?
You want it? Have a taste.
Just have a little bit. Good boy. Maybe not. Maybe not.
No, definitely not.
So Justin held onto this branch here for stability, and then it fell over, which happens. Now we're trying to make the most of it and see if we can find some worms. Mangrove worms. Mangrove.
Man, that's some thick one.
Thought we were going to lose you.
It's pretty deep.
It was sinking right
Not
in.
easy to go to the cafe down the road. It's 10 minutes.
Ah! Look at our feet. Feels like we've got mud shoes on, Al.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's the mud that's good for your skin. Look at this. Look at this. There are footprints. Whoa.
Tell you what, it's bloody hard work for a meal. You're definitely getting your workouts. I can see why in the nights, well, in the afternoons, the whole family's tired. We'll lie down, we're tired too, to be honest. Because you go. You're always out doing something. And Teddy was telling me that they like to get about 50% of their food, produce from the land at the moment, 50% from the shops. And so they're out here hunting. He'll go out normally and hunt like this, looking for stuff, although the females generally use the mangroves. What have you got, Al?
A long bum.
Let me see it. Where'd you find it? Where was he?
Just in the ground.
Awesome. What have you got, Haz?
4 long bums.
Where were they?
Just on the ground. They slip across the ground.
On the ground? Can I see? Is there stuff in them?
No, yeah, the long bums in there.
Inside. Have you asked Teddy how we cook them?
We made it out of the mangroves and now we're back in the mangroves. This time we're looking for good spears that we can take back to camp and carve. Harry's chosen his tree for his spear. What's the first job, Harry? Just strip it off, it's called.
Boys are setting up to make their spears the traditional way with Makita. Al's just running the power lead over.
My spears in the stabbing animals.
Good day.
It's going to be bleeding.
Harry's using the hermit crab to take away all the bark. Good thinking, Haz. Is that your idea? Does that make it hard, Kevin? Does it make the spear hard or sharp? Sharp?
Straight. Make the spear straight.
Straight. We're cooking the fish. We got them in foil. You watching, Jed? Got them in foil, put them on the fire. Jed's sharpening his spear. The other boys are getting them sharpened over there. It's sticking out in the bottom. To go, we've got the long bumps and the fish. Worked out pretty good. Good lunch. Good lunch?
Yeah, long bums are good.
Yeah?
They're green meat.
There's the meat.
It is.
So we've cooked these long bums in the fire. Boys found them in the mangroves. We put them in and they popped. Gave me the fright of my life. It was supposed to happen though. It's like green, is it?
You hold the shell. Shell's not hot. Eat it. Should take a photo. Eat it. Eat the whole thing. Gum.
Yeah.
Chew it out. Pull it out. It's like gum.
I've never had gum. We've had chewing gum.
What do you think, Harry? Good?
It's good. Better than the worm. Better than the worm, Teddy. Better than the worm.
They're good. Chocolate.
Mango jack. We just finished lunch. It's our last day and we're getting ready to leave. Bags are packed and all the family here. Getting ready to go back home. White settlers did come to this land. They arrived on Melville Island and they set up a fort, but the Tiwi Islanders ran them away. Said, we don't want you here, go away. And they were able to keep intact Bathurst, Melville Islands as Tiwi Islands, Aboriginals, Indigenous. And it's a pretty untouched place, it's pretty cool. You can't help but think this is what Australia would be like without European settlement. I mean, in saying that, wouldn't be known to us unless we visited, because it would be completely an Aboriginal island. Perhaps like India, don't know, Asian nations. just its own community. We're quite conflicted about it. We love Australia, we're here, but you come to places like this and you start to understand what it's like without European settlement. Heading off. That's it. We're leaving. It's Tiwi.
It's